to the KTBS 3 St. Jude Dream Home, the Dream Continues Special. Brought to you by Barksdale Federal Credit Union and Coca-Cola Bottling Company United of Shreveport.
Hello everyone and welcome to The Dream Continues. I'm Jan Elkins.
And hello everybody, I'm Patrick Dennis. The KTBS 3 St. Jude Dream Home was the first house to be given away and raise money for St. Jude. That house was a prefab house, and in a little while I'll introduce you to one of the family members who won the very first house. That house was nothing like the house that we will be giving away this year.
It's true that the houses are bigger and nicer, and our own Rick Rowe gives us a sneak peek of this year's KTBS 3 St. Jude Dream Home. Rick?
Jan, I never cease to be amazed. Every year, I know you and I have been saying this for now 35 years, it just gets bigger and better and more beautiful. But check it out, folks. I mean, are you kidding me? This is, in many ways, the most unique dream home that I've seen. We're looking at the facade. It's not finished on the inside. But my goodness, Philip Rogers, what are you doing? Look at this. Every year, I mean, what a challenge. They tell you got to do something different, bigger, better.
Every year.
And sure enough, it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
It's big. Give me some numbers.
It's 3,300 square foot,
Okay.
700,000, 675, somewhere in there.
Ooh.
It's a big, nice house. You know, it's 35 years.
Big bedrooms. How many bedrooms, bathrooms, all that?
4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths,
Okay.
outdoor patio.
Yes, I saw the patio. It's gorgeous.
Kitchen, fireplaces out there, the screens like normal.
My first impression, I literally, first time I'm seeing it, folks, just kind of, a lot of you are as well, was, okay, I like that.
Circle driveway, portiche this year.
Yeah, look at this. What is a portiche? What is that?
Portiche, where you can
Look at
come
this.
through and drive and come to your side entry.
I mean, are you going to sell hamburgers out of this window? What is this?
Well,
Right
that's
over
just
here,
laundry
Jeff?
room.
Look at this. Look at this.
Laundry
it's
room,
like a
so you can get a layer.
drive-through.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we got a 3-car garage,
Oh,
2 cars on the
huge.
side,
Huge.
single car in the front.
My good, oh wow. Oh, this thing is massive. Let's go back a little bit of the history. This is number 35. Your dad did the first 20.
Yeah.
George Rogers, an amazing man. Now, you were a little boy hanging around, working with him, sweeping the floors back in the day. You took over 15 years ago, and no disrespect to your father, because I have enormous respect, but you have taken it to a different level.
People expect a nice house. I had somebody from St. Jude come down the other day, and you know, they don't get many custom houses in these St. Jude houses
Anymore.
There's several in Louisiana that do it.
Okay.
But he was really impressed.
Yeah, no, you're downplaying this. This is a guy that works for the Dream Home with St. Jude, so he has probably seen most of the Dream Homes in this country. What did he tell you? He went through this house, looked at the design. What did he say?
There's just not very many this custom.
You hear that? Not very many quite like this being built in America now in terms of dream homes.
But you know, a lot of houses these days have prefab cabinets in them.
Yes.
And you know, we were talking about it in my cabinet guide. You've been giving us cabinets for 15 years.
Wow, that's right.
You know,
gotta love those guys.
$30,000 a year of cabinets every
Right.
year.
The subcontractors are amazing.
Yeah.
I'm out of time, but the reason we're here, because we're not going to give this thing away until September, but there are some early bird prizes, folks, that you are going to love. And to find out all about that, I'm going to suggest you listen to Jan and Patrick for the rest of the show, and maybe go to our website. But Jan and Patrick, as I've said now 35 years in a row,
35.
it's even better than last year. How about that?
And tickets are going fast.
Yes, they are.
If you buy your ticket before midnight tomorrow night, you will be eligible for the early bird prize, an ATV from GNC Honda, but you have to buy your ticket before midnight tomorrow evening.
We'll be back with more of the KTBS 3 St. Jude Dream Home, The Dream Continues Special. Welcome back to the KTBS 3 St. Jude Dream Home, The Dream Continues Special.
For 35 years, the KTBS 3 St. Jude Dream Home has raised money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. Almost $43 million has been raised from this event. It became a nationwide project for St. Jude and now has raised more than $700 million for the Hospital of Hope. Hundreds of patients from our area have survived due to the research and treatment at St. Jude. including a young man whose father is a Shreveport police officer and whose mother owns the Color Bar hair salon.
I mean, it happened when I was like 3.5 when I got diagnosed. Was at St. Jude's till about 7, 8, somewhere around there. And been doing great. I'm now 14 years old. I'm doing good.
There are parts of his St. Jude experience that John Claude Nelson doesn't remember. But being the poster child and meeting Marlo Thomas, Danny Thomas's daughter, is something he'll always remember.
Feels great just to be able to be healthy and play and do what I love. And sports is my life now. I mean, it's what I live for every day.
So you have twin brothers.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a better athlete than they are?
1000%. Always, yes, ma'am.
His personality, his good looks, and his talent certainly set him apart, but he never forgets how blessed he is to have overcome one of the most common forms of childhood cancer, acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and the fact that the KTBS 3 St. Jude Dream Home has raised millions of dollars for his Hospital of Hope.
I mean, it means everything. I mean, your money is actually going towards somebody that needs care and help. I mean, I was once one of them, and so I can vouch for that. I mean, it's the greatest place on earth. I will always say that for the rest of my time that I'm on earth. It's the greatest place I've ever been and the greatest place I've ever. I mean, it's just how it is.
He goes back every year for a checkup. John Claude says the one thing he wants to do in life is make his family proud and hopefully play sports. But he knows that he will always support St. Jude and help other children.
Do it. St. Jude is the greatest place ever. I mean, every ounce of money you donate is helping a kid in need. And I was once one of them, so I can tell you. I mean, look where I am. I'm great.
No matter how hard he gets hit on the football field, he's already overcome his biggest challenge in life: cancer. He's a very special young man who hopes to play sports as his career. Right now, he plays for Calvary. When we come back, Patrick will talk with the winner of the very first KTBS 3 St. Jude Dream Home.
Welcome back to the KTBS 3 St. Jude Dream Home, The Dream Continues Special. Brought to you by Barksdale Federal Credit Union and Coca-Cola Bottling Company United of Shreveport.
The first house for the very first, KTBS St. Jude, Dream Home was way back in 1991. And a prefab house in the family that won it has a unique twist. Wesley Wright joins me right now to talk a little bit about it and his family. And I guess first of all, do you remember, it's 1991, so how old were you back then? Your math.
I was 14.
You were 14 years old whenever you did it. Now, who bought the tickets?
My mom.
Now, this is a unique twist here. Listen up this, folks, because this shows you it's never too late to buy the ticket. When was the ticket bought?
Oh, it was bought during the telethon. I think there was probably about an hour left.
Yeah.
And then my mom bought the ticket as she was watching the telethon.
She just decided all of a sudden to do it?
Yep. One of my patient friends was actually drawing tickets, and I knew him, and so my mom decided to pick up the phone and give it a call.
So you knew somebody there that I guess was a patient, St. Jude, correct?
Yes, sir.
And so we were able to do that. So let's talk a little bit about the home. So the home, you told me earlier, it wasn't just a home you guys won. What else was included in that package?
The very first year, it was a home and a car. It was a 1991 Grand Am, those
Okay.
red ones, the two-door Grand Am, those
Yeah.
nice-looking ones.
Do you remember what your mom's reaction was, what the reaction was at the house when it all took place?
She was screaming so loud it scared my dad. He came running from the other room because he did not know. He was in the bedroom when it happened, and she was screaming and hollering. He thought something really bad went down.
Well, in turn, y'all did that. Now, y'all moved into the house, and it was a prefab, a lot different than today's homes.
Oh, yes.
A lot different than today's home.
It's come a long way because when I was 10, I was on chemo for 2.5 years, and I had leukemia. And the kids that have leukemia now, most of their treatment plans 6, 8, 12 weeks. It's nothing like it used to be because of all of the research that's been done. It's really unbelievable. I go back up there for them and do studies, and it's a completely different hospital than it was when I was there.
I'm sure in that period of time. So what would you tell people as they're sitting there watching this is that what it means, number one, for somebody to buy a ticket, but number two, that anybody has a chance to win it.
Yeah, well, obviously anybody has a chance to win it if we bought the ticket right before the drawing was going to be made. But I think the big thing is, I think whether or not you win a house, you win anyway, because you're taking care of kids across the, I mean, these kids come from all over the world.
Really?
It's not just America.
Yeah.
And on top of that, one thing I think people don't really realize is that St. Jude shares research across the world with other places, so that we can treat people all over the place. So it's not just one place, it's everywhere. And the work they do is just unbelievable.
Wesley, we appreciate you stopping by. Folks, once again, the very first winner in 1991 of the KTBS St. Jude Dream Home that we had. And then on top of that, he was also a former patient, so he knows what it means. So again, get your ticket today. When we come back, we'll go back to the house with Rick. And don't forget, the early bird prize deadline is tomorrow. So buy your ticket now.
Welcome back, everybody. You know, I tell you what, I'm so impressed with this house. It's gorgeous. And I know a good friend of mine would love it too. This is a young lady that I met when she was about this high, folks, Jessica Sims. And back in those days, the prognosis was not good. They said she would not live, maybe might get to middle school. You're not gonna believe where she is now. Watch this.
Yes! There's a very old saying, you've heard it. Something about lemons and lemonade. I heard it first one afternoon at Chuck E. Cheese.
You never ever give up. I've told her you fight to the very end. I say when life deals you lemons, you make lemonade.
That was almost 20 years ago, but I've never forgotten that mother's wisdom.
Don't ever give up. You got to accept what you can't change. You have to deal with it, make the best out of it, and move on.
Brave words, considering her little girl had just been given a 10% chance of living. But then came those fighting words again.
I told her if you want to live, you have to fight. I said when you can't fight, your dad, your sister, and myself, we will fight for you.
No, Jessica Sims would never make it past middle school. Never go to high school or the prom. And certainly not graduate.
She said, Mom, I want to live to be a teenager and be able to go to the prom. She went to the prom May 2nd, and she graduated from high school May 16th.
And she didn't stop there. Nope. Jessica Sims started medical school at LSU, changed her mind, ended up in chemical engineering, graduated last spring. And today is a working girl, helping make tires in a little town outside of Nashville. Jessica has been cancer-free for almost 20 years.
I am completely cancer-free. I am cured.
But returns to St. Jude every few years for follow-up evaluation. Never fails to stop in to see the men and women who saved her life. And like Jessica and her very wise mother, they don't give up either. Too many cancers to cure, lives to save. They're too busy turning lemons into lemonade.
I'm very thankful that I have a life now, and I just want to let you know I'm doing great. Thank y'all.
Isn't she a beautiful lady? I tell you what, I love that girl. And you know what? Jessica would look really good in a nice, new, shiny, maybe an SUV, maybe, she loves silver. I know Jess loves silver. Well, you know what? Maybe something like, hey, that's perfect. Mark Hebert, how did you know how good Jessica would look in this? Buddy, you're the man, brother. I love this. This is gorgeous. What a great car for anybody. And you, a wonderful you, stepping into those shoes of Susan Moffitt's, are giving this away. Are you kidding me?
That's right. This is a 2025 Jeep Compass Latitude that will be given away.
Giving this away. By the way, folks, this is a nice car. This is not a little baseline. It's got all the technology, media center,
It's really loaded with equipment. It's four-wheel drive. It's got forward collision warning, active lane management, blind spot detection, loads of features.
Wow.
Rick, this is a $30,000 vehicle.
$30,000 vehicle, and Jessica, or whoever else wins it, gets it for zero, or at least a ticket to the Dream Home, which is $100. What an investment. That's amazing. Now look, you're a very successful businessman. You have an amazing company, Hebert's Town & Country. Big shoes to fill, as I mentioned earlier. Why are you doing this?
You know, it's really about the kids, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Amen.
I can't imagine what people go through when they get a diagnosis.
Yes.
But to know that they can go to St. Jude's and that medical team's going to take care of their kids at no cost to them,
Amen.
It's got to be a relief.
Yeah, and they also remove the financial burden on the parents.
Yes.
Jessica's mama, who I know quite well, talks about that a lot, that financial burden is removed. And then she's got a daughter who they said would not live till middle school. And now she's got a great job up in Tennessee and would look really good, by the way, in this beautiful, it's a Jeep Compass, right?
That's correct.
From Hebert's Town & Country, folks. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you, Mark Hebert. It's a beautiful car, folks. But to win it, you gotta give us a ticket. Just write a check for $100. What an investment that is. It's beautiful. Somebody's gonna win it. I wonder who. One of the reasons we're doing the show now is because you have a chance to win an ATV, but you've got to get your ticket bought before tomorrow. That would be the 11th. Okay, so I'm encouraging you to do that. And then I'm encouraging you and everybody else within the sound of my voice to write a $100 check, because look at what you might win. This big, beautiful, nearly $700,000 gorgeous home and that beautiful Jeep Compass from Mark Hebert's Town & Country. Doesn't get any better than this. And then, of course, along the way, guess what? You literally are going to help save kids' lives. How do I know that? Because I've been involved in St. Jude long enough I have seen it. I've seen kids like Jessica and so many others who the prognosis was not very good in those early days. But because of the brilliant scientists at St. Jude, they're alive today and thriving. So you can be a part of that cause. And all it costs is $100. What a deal. Coming back to y'all.
It's a great house. It's beautiful. It could be yours for the price of a $100 ticket. Half of the tickets are already gone.
Amazing for the house itself. How long it's come, it's gone from the very first one to what it is now, worth, what is it, more than $600,000?
Yes.
Wow. But again, at the end of the day, remember, it is all for a great cause, a cause that we are near and dear to here at KTBS, but a whole event that started right here with KTBS with an idea.
Yeah, it is. Dr. Mack
Yep.
had the idea, came to our boss, George Servin, and our owner, Edwin Ray. They said yes, and the rest is history, thanks to you. More than $43 million raised already. Thank you for watching tonight. May God bless you for donating, and may God always bless the children of St. Jude.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the KTBS 3 St. Jude Dream Home, The Dream Continues special. Brought to you by Barksdale Federal Credit Union and Coca-Cola Bottling Company United of Shreveport.